Hello, guys. Welcome back to another sharing from me. In today's sharing, we're going to be sharing about how to find satisfaction in your job. Let's get right into it. No matter what your job may be, if you're a boss or an employee, a plant manager, or a factory worker, whatever you are, you need to have satisfaction in your job. You owe it to yourself to find satisfaction in your job as long as you have it. Satisfaction is a mental attitude, not a feeling. If you have satisfaction in your job, you're happy about what you're doing. It's not that you're going to be working at a factory, even though you wanted to be working at a restaurant, cooking food, you want to be a chef, but no, you're at a factory working. No, I know that not everything in life is going to be how you are, but when it's in your own hands, you have to make the change. When it's in your own hands, you don't wait for someone to come into your house and tell you where you should go, where you fit the best. No, you're gonna tell yourself where you fit the best because you know you are that man or that woman, that person, that boy or girl that knows that I need to be in this place at this time because that's my place. That's where I should be working. This guy, Jerry Azum, he has PMA, and Jerry Azum loves his work. He finds satisfaction in his work. Who is Jerry Azum? What does he do? Jerry is a descendant of the Hawaiian kings, and the job he loves so much is that of a sales manager for the Hawaiian office of a large international organization. You see, Jerry isn't that one of those guys that act like they like it. He's one of the guys that actually like it. You see, when you have a job, if you don't like the job, you won't do it properly. So you must like the job. Not like the job unauthentically. You have to be authentic with what you like. There's no point on trying to be a doctor just because your parents want you to be a doctor. There's no point on trying to be a football player just because your parents want you to be a football player. You have to choose what you want to do because you will never, ever in your life, ever do something properly without liking it, without being happy, without smiling. You will never do it properly. So you have to find satisfaction in your job one way or another. That's why it's very important. You see, there are 3 things that Jerry had learned. He says, number 1, you can control your mental attitude by the use of self-motivators. Self-motivators, like I said yesterday, self-motivators are things like, do it now, you got this, you must do it, you are the strongest person. They're like positive affirmations. They're things that would help you succeed because you can control your mental attitude easier when you're using self-motivators. Self-motivators calm you down and they give you courage. They give you the power to keep going in life. When things are hard, you use the self-motivators to motivate yourself. Number 2, if you set a goal, you are more apt to achieve it. And the higher you set your goal, the greater your achievement be. You see, the bigger the struggle, the bigger the success. The bigger the journey, the bigger the goal. The bigger the journey, also the bigger the destination. If you're going to say, I'm going to do one thing today, and you're going to end up with one thing today. But if you say, I'm going to do 10 things today, you're going to end up with 10 or more things today. Why? Because you chose that you wanted to do more. You wanted to do that thing more. You wanted to get that extra mile, and you did it. Number 3, to succeed in anything, it's necessary to know the rules and understand how to apply them. And it is necessary to study, to learn, to think, and to plan. You use those 14 minutes of your day. 14 minutes, that's 1% of the day. 1% of the day. 1% of your time. 14 minutes of your time. If you take 14 minutes of your time every day for 365 days, studying, learning, thinking, and planning, you will see the change in that 1 year, one space of time. You will grow in size. When you grow from the inside, you grow from the outside. You grow emotionally, physically. You grow in every aspect of life when you work every aspect of your body. You need to know that you're a mind with a body, not a body with a mind. That means that your body doesn't control your mind. What's on the outside is determined by what's on the inside. You see, on the outside is not the things that control the inside. The outside is just, let's say, the puppet, the thing that shows you. But you're on the inside. You're the soul, the mind. That's the mind. The mind with the body. The mind has something covering it. The body. You know, you can't see the mind, but yet it's the biggest part of your body. It is the biggest part of your body. You may think that the biggest part of your body is your torso or your legs. But no, it's your mind. Because without the mind, you wouldn't be able to know that, oh, you are, let's say, 5 years old, or 1 plus 1 is 1, or even just knowing those small things. Without your mind, without the brain, you would not be able to do that. So just nurture your mind and feed it. Your mind needs food, and that type of food is knowledge. It's not goofy games that you play every day. It's not goofy things you watch on YouTube. It's not those bad food you eat. But it's the important stuff, the priorities, the things you need, not the things you want. Because you see, when you always get the things you want, your subconscious mind has a tendency just to expect to get whatever you want every single time you need something. You need a biscuit, and you want to get a biscuit, and you think you're gonna get a biscuit every single time. Go into a different country, and it will be completely different. You need to get what you need. What you need is always there. What you want isn't always there. You see, what you need, not everyone knows what they need. Everybody knows what they want. Not everyone knows what they need. When someone says, I don't know what I want, and you say, do you want a biscuit? They say yes. That means they wanted a biscuit. But when someone says, I don't know what I need, and you say, do you need this? They'll say, I don't know, because they didn't take the time, the 14 minutes of the day to find out. You see, you can do 100 things in the day, each 14 minutes. Eat your food. Play games. I don't mind if you play games for a bit of the day. But what I mind is that if you play games longer than you do studying, working, planning, thinking, all of those things. You see, when you play more than you study, then your play would be a bigger part of your mind than your study. You'd know more about games than you do about good things, like your knowledge, more important things. So you need to know that. You see, Jerry believed in these lessons, and he got into action. He tried them out himself. He was like those other inventors. He tried them out himself. He didn't wait for someone else to do it, and then he says, okay, I'll do it just like he did. No, he tried it out himself. He believed that these lessons would help him, so he got into action. That's what I'm trying to get you to do right here. You see, when you say, I feel healthy, I feel happy, I feel terrific, that's also a self-motivator. It'll boost your energy. You see, I want y'all to say, I feel healthy, happy, and I feel terrific in the comment section. And you will see that the rest of your day, or even the night, what you're dreaming about, will become that bit better. It will become that bit healthy, that bit happier, and that bit terrific. It'll be more terrific. You'll see, it's just a self-motivator. You see, another young salesman in the same organization on the main line learned that to control his mental attitude through the use of Jerry Asim's motivator. Jerry Asim's motivator were those three things, where you could control your mental attitude by the use of self-motivators, where if you set a goal, you are more able to achieve it, and the higher you set your goal, the greater will be your achievement. And to succeed in anything, it is necessary to know the rules and to understand how to apply them. And it is also necessary to study, learn, think, and plan. If you follow those three lessons, you will see that in 165 days, spending 14 minutes studying these three lessons, you will see how your life will change. Even just that one bit. it's different from the last time, and if it's different from the last time, it should also be better from the last time. You see, you shouldn't be growing down, you shouldn't be shrinking, you should be growing, you should be leveling up, you shouldn't be leveling down. If you're leveling down, you're more likely to be doing nothing or something bad. You see, he was an 18-year-old, this college student that studied Jerry Asum self-motivator. He was an 18-year-old college student. He was working during his summer vacation, selling insurance on a cold canvas basis in stores and offices. And some of the things he had learned during his 2 week theoretical training period were that: number one, the habits that a salesman develops within the first 2 weeks after leaving the sales school will follow him through his career. The first things that you do as a baby will follow you for your whole life. The first things that you do once upon entering a new school will follow you for that period of that time you stay in that school. So you just need to choose wisely. Are you going to be good for that period? Or are you going to be bad? Are you going to be wise or are you going to be stupid? Are you going to be smart or are you going to be intelligent? Are you going to be wealthy or rich? Just choose. Number two, when you have a sales target, keep trying until you hit it. You see, when something comes up, like I was saying, business opportunities, you have to seize the moment before it goes. You see, when you have the sales target, if you don't keep trying, you won't hit it. You have to keep doing it. You have to keep doing it. You have to persist. You have to keep doing it until you get it, because if you don't get it, you don't stop. And once you get it, you find a different thing to start chasing. But the thing that you shouldn't be chasing, the mistake that everyone makes, is chasing their dream. You don't chase your dream, you live your dream. You see, as the last time I said, if you want to be an athlete, and you don't have, let's say you want to be a soccer player, if you don't have a soccer ball, how are you supposed to become better at football? Because every single time you walk past that football, I know that you will kick it. If you are determined to become the greatest footballer of all time, you will kick that ball. You will. If you are a basketball player and the basketball flies into your hand, you will do some skills. You will shoot threes. You will do layups. You will dunk. I know that if you're a sales manager or an intelligent person, you get a question, you're going to try to get the paper, the pen, then do your working, solve it, show it to the person. That's what we call determination to reach your dream. Number three, aim higher. Aim higher. Like I said, it's better to aim high and miss than to aim low and hit. If you aim for a 50 and get it, and you aim for 1,000 and get 750, how bad is that? 750 is more than 10 times 50, because you went for the high road. You went for the extra mile and you got what was just below it. If you had just tried that bit, if you had just done that bit harder, you would have get to 1,000. But it's still good because you got to 750. You see the difference between 750 and 50 is that 700 is in the 150 is in the tens. Because when you choose to work hard, authentically with desirable action, then you will work hard authentically with desirable action. And if you aim higher, aim for the extra mile, your success will be more. Your dream will become bigger, and when your dream becomes bigger, your success also becomes bigger. Number four, in your moment of need, use a self-stimulator like I feel healthy, I feel happy, and I feel terrific to motivate yourself to positive action in the desired direction. Let's say you're a football player and you're playing a game. Before the game, what will you say? Will you say, I hope we win this game. The other team's pretty good. We might lose this. No. That's the opposite of a self-stimulator. It's the opposite of a self-motivator. It's negative. You don't want to do something negative before the game. You want to do something positive. You're going to say that I feel healthy. I'm strong. We're going to win this game no matter what. We're going to fight till the end, till every second counts. Because when you stop for that 1 second and the ball goes into the opposite net, into your goal, That's 1-0 down. But remember, when you're losing. You're losing, yes, you're losing. But you're not dying. You're not falling. You're not shrinking. You're just trying to learn that, okay, next time I'm going to have to mark that player, or next time I'm going to have to do that better. Then you're going to start trying, because there's 90 minutes in a football game. Don't forget the added time. 90 minutes. And that 90 minutes does not finish until the referee blows the final whistle. You have to work until the final whistle. Stick 10 seconds and something bad could happen. Because some goals have been scored in less than 10 seconds from the tip-off. Why? Because the other team was asleep. They weren't concentrating. They were probably just saying, nah, we'll start slow and then we'll get harder. No, that's not how it works. Start from the start, but don't finish. When you get to the end, create a different start there. Remember when I was talking about the cups? You get to the end of one cup, and you get to the start of a new cup. When you get to the end of something, you always get to the start of something else. That's a very important part. Like I was saying, if you want to have satisfaction in your job, you need the positive mental attitude, that PMA. You see, the young salesman was determined that nothing would stop him from achieving his objective. He believed that he had been taught what the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. I want y'all to say that in the comments 5 times. And say it out loud 5 times. What the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. It's very important, because what you believe, you can achieve with hard work and authentic determination. You see, success is achieved by those who keep going. By those who keep going, not those who keep trying, but those who keep going. Because those who keep trying, try and stop. Those who keep going, go and win. There's a difference. You see, mental attitude makes the difference in life. If you want to find satisfaction in your job, and the mental attitude of your colleagues, your employees, your workers aren't as good, then your one won't be good too. You see, if you bring someone out of the slums, out of the poor places, and put him in a rich, nice villa with a big house, he will turn that house just the exact same as the house he was living in. But if you're living in a rich person's house and you bring that rich person into a poor person's house, the rich person will start buying furniture. He'd start buying paintings to make the place good. He'd start painting the wall to make it look newer, because he wants to be newer. He does not want to go somewhere, see that it's bad, and become bad. You see, if I or you go to, let's say, a poor person's house, we step inside, it smells different. The wood is old. There's creaks in the doors everywhere. You're not going to get into that habit of seeing how easy it is to live poor. No. You're going to walk into that house and change. Change. You're going to walk out of that house and say, I look at that and I know what not to do in my house. Because if you do the same as him, if a rich man does what a poor person does, the rich man will become the poor person. But if the poor person does what a rich man does, with hard work and determination, he will also become not a poor person, but a rich person. Why? Because Mother Nature is going to make you amazing only if you choose to be amazing. You have to choose. You have to make that pinpoint choice in your life. Success is only achieved by those who keep trying, who keep going. But those who are unhappy clutch their NMA tightly. Indeed, they don't know that they're holding NMA like if it's the trophy of the Champions League or the Super Cup of whatever. They're holding it tightly without knowing, because they don't want to get out of it. They don't want to let go of it because they're already settled in. They know what to do when something bad happens. They're settled in. You see, when I say mental attitude makes a difference, I don't mean that if you just have a good mental attitude, it'll make a difference. If you make others have a good mental attitude. Look, if you walk into a sad place, I was talking about Mr. Kenneth the other day. He walked into that prison reading Think and Grow Rich, and he said to himself, this is madness. People are depressed. They're mentally and emotionally broken. This is shambles. He walked in, and immediately once he walked in, people saw him bouncing. He was bouncing like a man that had lots of fuel. Why? Because he was a man that had lots of fuel. He changed these people's lives for eternity. Why? Because he had that mental attitude, and his mental attitude changed everyone. I want you to look at the person next to you and smile to them. They smile back. They smile back. They smile back. Why? Because a smile is contagious. And if a smile is contagious, a laugh is contagious. If a laugh is contagious, a talk is contagious. And if all of these are contagious, though all of those are good things. So if good things are contagious, don't forget that bad things are also contagious. Because, if someone is a robber, he snatches things and says, I have the newest iPhone. How'd you get it? I stole it. It's so easy. Just walk into the store and grab it. That would also motivate. You see, anyone can be motivated, good or bad or whatever it is. They can be motivated. You just have to do the right thing. You see, do what is right, not what not what everyone else does. Do what is right. Because doing what is right permits others to do what is right. If you have your baby brother, 1 month old, and he sees you playing games every day, he's gonna grow up and he's gonna start playing games every day with you too. If you have a younger sister that is, let's say, 2 months old, and she sees you cooking, she's gonna grow up and she's gonna start cooking, helping you as well. If you want to teach the young, you just have to start acting. Do things in front of them. Show them that if I do this, I'll be very happy. But if I do this, I won't be happy. If I do this, it'll be more productive than doing this. Whatever it is. You see, indeed, it is almost as if people clutching NMA want to be unhappy. They look for everything about which they can complain. The hours are too short. The bus is too crabby, or the lunch hours are too short. The hours are too long. I'm working for too long. The company doesn't give enough holidays. You see what those people want. They want a break. They have a break and they say, why isn't my break longer? They walk into the store. First thing they say is, this floor isn't clean. If you walk right into their house, you will see that the walls are scraped and ripped. The floor is in shambles. You don't even know which room is which. And they're complaining about a small mess on the side of the road or inside a store. You see, that's what NMA does to someone. I don't really talk much about NMA because the more I talk about it, the more it gets into me. I talk about PMA. Why? Because PMA is the better side. You have to choose your side. NMA or PMA. Choose your mental attitude. Negative mental attitude or positive mental attitude. And the last quote of the day. Very, very important quote. Defeat may be a stepping stone or a stumbling block according to the way you accept it. That means that if you come across a challenge, a defeat, if you see that defeat as the start of something new, it will be the start of something new. But if you see it as a bug on the road and you stop, it will be a bug on the road and you will stop. Thank you guys for listening to me. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can hear me today, tomorrow, and so on. Remember, if there's someone that doesn't believe in you, remember that I do.